Yes. Another incredible journey
Oh
by
my
Mr.
goodness.
Brian Law. So I got a question to ask you about the music on that one. Is that new music?
That is older music.
Older music. And is that someone playing the guitar, or is that like a
That is
guitar?
me playing the guitar, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I was a guitar player for like 40 years.
Oh, that's
I
awesome,
like
dude.
injured my hand and like lost my little pinky, but like that, I was a shredder, man. That was my whole.
Nice. That's awesome. No, that's I love that taste like I said so many times about the music that you play. It's like there are so many influences, and that I love that, like almost uh, industrial
It's a call to war, bro. It's called a
industrial
call to
metal,
war.
kind of like this
Yeah.
industrial sludge metal. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is. It's
exactly.
like very cool. I love it.
And the Viking war horns at the beginning.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And it's so simple, such simple guitar, but so powerful. Just the chug and the sound,
Well, what's really cool, nothing beats a Les Paul and a Marshall, man. And what's really cool is I did this a long time ago. I was just using a regular Echo kind of thing, and was able to like play with 3 delays. So all of those are like all of the harmonies and everything that gets thick is like one track.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And was it like drop tuning or like open tuning, like an open tuning?
I can't remember.
Don't remember. Yeah,
It
it sounds like it. It sounds like it. Like you just really
a long
gotta.
time ago. It probably was. I was.
Yeah.
I had like 12 guitars at one time, and they were all tuned in different things. My favorite Paul Reed Smith, I still have. I'll have to pull that out. Well, you've seen pictures of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. So, kind of a crazy week, like beyond crazy, and one of the like most intense examples of the cards sort of like fitting what was going on. And this is a crazy little 3-card reading I did while the music was happening, right? So this for tonight, it's the Universe, great card. The Magus of the Mind, super good card. And the 8 of Cups.
Wow. Really?
Wow, really? Yeah. Which is like with the card of the evening, So
What does this show have? Like 100% accuracy record?
Not 100%. I would imagine it's up there in the like 85, though.
Wow.
I mean,
So cool.
it's just like, what's the, there's no fun in faking it.
No. It's
so it's
that's
like
what's so
just
great.
Crazy, yeah. And for it to so reflect, what a reflective reading of the energy of the moment, at least in my life. Anyway. So we'll be getting into the 8 of Cups shortly. Well, first of all, before I blow into introducing Frankie, anything what's going on in Zen's world, man?
What's going on in my world? I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think did we talk about it? No, we didn't. So did we talk about it? Last week I had a live broadcast. We did the season 4 show. We were in season 4 with Jackie the Joke Man's show, Stand Up Memories. And the show's been going a while. It hasn't really picked up the viewership that we want. And we had always planned on doing like something like an event, having an event at the studio, live event to launch the season. And so we finally did that, and it was a live broadcast. So we actually had a live audience, and we broadcast it live. I had 4 cameras. I was mixing it live. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of anxiety, and to get it right, and it went right. The audio was good. The audience was very, very receptive. We had a microphone over the audience to capture the laughter, so it really came off like an old school live show. And it was like, I used to hate canned laughs on sitcoms, but it was like, but this was authentic laughter. It was really good. Yeah.
Well, you have to record it and use it and can it.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, but it was really good. So I had a good week there. And, as far as the other situations at work, I'm really taking charge of, myself, and taking stock of what other opportunities I have. And I think last week we were talking about it with the sevens, like, taking stock of your resources, right? And like being able to really make the best of it. I think so. That's what happened for me this week, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with your art?
My art is actually, there's a couple of conversations and things happening. I just pulled out a whole bunch of hard drives to take the Women of Armageddon and create
I remember
some,
that. Yeah.
yeah, to create some media with it, to create a card game possibly. I'm working with Jesse Blaze, who is a comic book aficionado, and he just did a very successful Kickstarter for one of his projects. He's like, hey, he's like, I'll help you out with this, I'll hook you up with some comic people and
Wow, dude.
yeah,
I mean, that's, yeah.
and
Great,
you know what,
great, great, great.
yeah,
And
dude.
kudos to Jesse, man. He's like
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
deserving.
it's interesting that you're asking that, because it's not just Jesse. It was actually my brother-in-law, who I don't really talk to very often, texted me out of the blue, like during these conversations I was having with Jesse, and he said, "Hey, did anybody ever approach you about doing like a Magic the Gathering kind of game with the Women of Armageddon, or have you ever thought of that?" And I said, "No, I never thought of that." And then when I mentioned that to Jesse, because we were already having these conversations, he was like, and he was like talking to his guides, and they were like, yeah, do it. So yeah, so there's some stuff happening there, and with the human dollars as well, so I'm excited about that. Yes.
Well, I have to say, since you brought up the comic thing and Jesse, man, it turns out that this little cat that moved like across the hall of where I'm living right now is like a really techno beast kid
Nice.
who's like just bought a brand new 3D printer. He's already rocking out pieces. He and I are going to do a whole creepy baby thing. He's got creepy baby now. He's already articulating. He's getting me a couple of articulated things. We're going to finish out the comic book series.
So
And
he
it's
scanned
like,
them
I'm
and
so
everything.
stoked, dude, to have like a guy like right across the hall.
Dude, the universe works in
Really,
wondrous
really
ways.
great. It really is. It really
It's
is. And he's all
amazing.
inspired and like, it's kind of a cool thing.
I wish I had a dude with a 3D printer across the way from me.
Well, dude, yeah, right. Especially not just that they have the 3D printer, somebody that actually knows how to use it.
That's
And
awesome.
I know a lot of people that have 3D printers that are like gathering dust and like
Right.
being coat racks.
Right. No, yeah, you got to use it, absolutely.
But he's into it, man. He's already built a bunch of things. He's really, it's really taken off with it. And
That's
just,
awesome.
dude, having that like young kind of like just starting off sort of energy is always really enlivening to me
Yes.
as well. It
Yes.
brings back that initial enthusiasm and
Totally.
inspiration you had when you first started. Like I remember, man, when I first got out of art school, out of Portfolio Center, I was like a beast. I like, everybody always thought I was doing cocaine, but I never like did the piece, man. It was just like I was like so psyched all the time. It was great. Yeah,
that was much later, right?
Yeah, that was much later. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but you know what?
You don't even talk about that. Yeah,
I'm just, you know what? I'm excited at the idea that, and you probably are in the same position, that you have a body of work behind you that you could rekindle. You know what I mean? And kind of just passive income. Put out there as a different kind of product, and prints or whatever it might be, cards or inspiration cards or whatever it might be, and I just think that's cool. I think that I had this conversation with a friend of mine about renewable art, and that is that your art, you could always go back and revisit it and use it in another way, you know what I mean? And it's kind of the same way you took some of your artwork, your photos, and you made them into videos, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
it's just awesome,
Always evolving.
The power of creativity, creation.
Yes, exactly.
So,
all right. So, it's on the subject of teachers. I would be remiss if I didn't like salute to mine, whose birthday is tomorrow on the full moon. And this is a really trippy thing. The whole like like your birthday, right? Mine's February 1st. Exactly the opposite day on the opposite side of the astrological chart is August 1st, which is Aug's birthday. So we're
Oh,
like the two things. And then like my angel
wow.
deck, like there are two angels that relate to you. The first one is your main angel, and that relates to like the day that you were actually born.
Right.
But as a secondary angel, it's the one that's on that relates to that birthday on
Oh,
the
wow.
opposite side of the thing. So
Wow.
he and I both share like the same angels. And actually, this is really funny. I don't know how this has happened, but he's come to really kind of like dig the angel deck more than the tarot deck. He's like, yeah, pull those angel cards out, man. Like, kind of funny. Anyway, so
Nice.
happy birthday. I love you with all my
Happy birthday, Og.
yeah. You
Cheers.
form a really crazy bond with somebody that like opens the doors to the the highways to the universe, It's
Yeah,
pretty crazy. Anyway, super cool.
totally.
So we have a special guest on tonight, and
Yes, we
she's been
do
on
indeed.
before, and we are going to be celebrating the full moon and the goddess gathering full moon thing. And
Very cool.
she is the founder and uh, mind seed of that whole project. And let's bring her on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Frankie Scorpion.
absolutely. Welcome to the show, Frankie Scorpion. What's
Hey
happening?
guys, thank you for having me again. I'm
Yeah,
really
welcome
excited.
back, I should say. Right, exactly.
So, tomorrow is not only the full moon, a super moon, and a bunch of other cool stuff too, as well. But it is also the anniversary of the Goddess Gathering, which is kind of
Happy
a really
anniversary.
cool event.
Congratulations.
So I thought it would be remiss not to have you on and tout what's going on and just talk about where things are with that right now.
Thank you. Well, it's our anniversary for the Sebring Goddess Gathering. I originally started this about 20 years ago amongst all my friends and stuff. This was the first time we decided to do in a venue, which is when I moved to Sebring. If anybody's lived in Sebring, they know how boring it is. So I figured if I build it, they will come. And you all did, which was great. And now we've been doing it every single month for the past year and really getting to know each other and really getting to know our craft. Some girls are in it for the aesthetic reasons, and that's fine. There are different levels of practitioners that are involved in it. We try to keep it fun by having activities and stuff like that. But the anniversary thing, I think, is going to be really exciting because it's a reboot. Because things started dying down a little bit at the end of the past couple of months. But I think that's also because I was in surgery, so my heart wasn't into it as much. And you know how it is when you have a baby project. If your heart's not into it, it really reflects on the attendance and everything else. But we recently had another Facebook group that has kind of merged with us. They're ladies that have a girls' night out here in Sebring, and about 15 of those are supposed to be coming tomorrow. So we're really excited to have new people into the group because I kind of get bored of the same crowd all the time.
And
I love them.
It's a cool place. It's at Faded in the backyard back there, which is a really awesome little venue to like come and participate. There's some cool areas that are like, crowd that you can like, meet with a bunch of people, but there's also some little nooks and crannies to go like cruise off in. It's a great space.
It is. It's the ambiance is amazing there. I love the Faded. Faded has always been one of my favorite places in Sebring. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited. We're gonna start the new year a little different than we normally do. We're gonna be changing our events a little bit. Where we're not going to be focused so much on entertainment, but more on engaging with each other when we're there. It's meant to empower women. Of course, we do have some men that are like honorary members, and those are the ones that have been supporters to us. I just posted just to make the girls understand that this isn't about the kids or the men in their lives. This is more of a female solo thing. So I'm sure I'm going to get some feedback for that because every time I change things up a little bit, I get some type of feedback and usually from people who haven't been there for a while, but that's okay. Their opinions are more than welcome.
Yeah, listen, I think it's important. You have an intention, for what you created, you know what I mean? And you need to, stick to that and make it clear,
Yeah, because it's about
that
women
energy,
empowerment.
yeah.
and because we have a DJ this time around, which was taken on last minute by two of the performers, we didn't want it to make it seem like if it's a rave all night type of thing, because it is a Tuesday and I want the girls to be able to engage with each other. And it's really just light music in the background. We really don't want the crazy rave scene yet. Eventually I'll have a festival and I will have that, but not now, not yet.
Right, different kind of event with different intention.
Yeah, definitely.
So where do you see it going? Are you still going to continue to do the monthly full moon thing? You're going to do the solstice thing? Where do you see it heading?
I'm going to see what kind of feedback I get tomorrow night, because I will be hands-on talking to everybody. I'm also going to have a small speech that I'm going to say, thanking our team and everybody that's been involved. So we're doing a ceremony as well. So I'm going to see what kind of feedback I get. So if I get the feedback that I feel is the right one for us to continue monthly, then we'll do that. If not, we'll just do like the winter solstice, summer solstice, the main, seasonal, celebration days.
Four corners.
Yes, the four corners. And I'm also doing that because unless I create a really tight committee, I can't be doing every single month because, as you guys know, I'm doing a tattoo magazine and a couple other podcasts of my own. So that kind of takes the precedence to everything. But, a few of the girls have asked me, oh, let's make it bigger. Let's do this. Let's expand. It sounds like a really good idea, but not that many people know what it's like to run an organization of women, and the larger it gets, it's a little bit more complicated. It almost becomes like a full-time job. And I really wanted these Goddess Gathering events just to be basically my play date with other females once a month, because I work 7 days a week. I really hustle doing tons of projects. Like we're working with a couple of projects with B. We're going to be doing an art gallery exhibit in Sebring and just expanding all his art and his works, stuff like that. So that should be a lot of fun. So
I can't wait for that, by the way.
I know, me neither. I was so upset to hear that they weren't going to be ready for us until next year's fall.
I know.
Oh, how disappointing. I'm so excited.
That, but you know how fast that'll be here?
I know, but I was so ready to be like, all right, B, let's put this together in 3 months. Like, I like that anxiety of having to do it in such a short time. Right. To me,
well, I've already got 2 sponsors for printing all of the stuff. Like,
oh, that's great. That's awesome.
That's really cool. So I can go back in and really start working on each of the images and, really.
That's going to be a killer.
Yeah, it'll be great.
That's going to be a killer event. We're going to try to turn it into a red carpet event with music, obviously B's music, more like a rave scene, hors d'oeuvres and drinks. We'll have like a mobile bar there.
Nice.
It's going to be something Sebring has never seen, put it that way. Awesome. And I like it because B is a very diverse person in general, and it's good to see that Sebring is accepting everybody and is being all inclusive, and they'll really have no choice because we're coming in through the doors of what they enjoy, which is their art and stuff.
Right.
Art has no prejudice.
That's true.
You know what? And I think I've spoken to Brian many times about it, and like there's so many layers to not only his artwork, but the music and his personality and just his whole energy. You know what I mean? And really, I'm so excited to hear that you're involved in that on that end and on the physical end, because that's really what this show was like. All I could do from my seat was to have this show. And
me too. I'd have to say,
Frankie,
thanks.
Yeah. It's really.
I love doing it for you.
Amazing.
I love being an art curator. And since I've been part of that with my uncle Cheech, who's studied with Salvador Dali, having somebody as exceptional as B is, and we've actually been 6 degrees.
I didn't know Cheech was your uncle. Cheech is your uncle?
Yeah. The story. Okay, so here's the story. My dad is part of the Colombian cartel, and his best friend Arcady was part of the Russian mob, and Cheech was part of the Italian mob, and he used to own all the major after-hour clubs in the 70s and the 80s. And my dad and him and Arcady were all best friends. And this guy Dennis's wife worked for Skin Art's owner Casey, which is another 6 degrees separation.
Wow.
And my dad introduced me to him, and he had already had tons of art, and he told me his story, and I was like, oh my God. So I started pushing him out in tattoo conventions.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
created
I think that's where I met him. Yeah.
yeah, I created the Dolly Dynasty. So I started doing art shows and tattoo conventions with him, merging master artists and tattoo artists together. So that way we have
Amazing.
fine art and modern tattoo art.
Yep.
And then I placed this girl Sarah and put her in a position and created basically a career and a position for her with that, and
Yep.
turned her into an art curator. But I haven't really done any art curation since then. Until I started B. And I was really excited because I don't really dive into any projects unless I'm fully committed emotionally and creatively. Is it said? I said it wrong.
Creatively.
Oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't say the word.
I do that too. I get tripped up
Me
spelling
too.
it out
Make
in
up
my
your
head.
own word these days. That's all right.
I do
Yeah, that's
sometimes
good.
actually. But I make it sound so real that people believe me. I believe myself sometimes. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a
If
good
you
word.
believe it, they will.
They do, and it's so true. So like doing B's art, whatever, has been, I like it because I'm getting back into my vibe with curating
Awesome.
art.
Oh, that's so cool to hear. That's such a cool connection that we all have there.
Yeah, it's such a, and I didn't know that you meant my Uncle Cheech. That's so
cool.
cool.
Through that I worked at World Famous for a couple of
Oh
years.
yeah,
So,
Tattoo. I forgot about that.
and
Yeah.
actually I was good friends with Sarah Blades too. So
Yeah.
I remember when she was doing the art galleries and you were involved.
She actually, they became really good friends. So I was so busy doing everything that I basically pawned her off on my Uncle Cheech. And I said, yo, just keep a lookout on him. I just can't be spread in 10 million ways, but I want to make sure he's okay. And they became really good friends, which was really cool because he really needed that at the end. And at the end, she actually has all his artwork, which I think is really amazing, except for the one he made for me, that I have hanging on my living room.
Right.
That's
awesome.
I hope she's able to do something with that artwork in the future, because I think it's more valuable, because unfortunately he passed away this past year.
Right.
Last year, sorry. So hopefully she'll do something with it. I'm looking forward to see something.
Yeah, very cool. I actually had I had the pleasure of working the last art Basel that he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I think I actually have a human dollar of him. He sat for me and I did a photo of him with the projector. And I did a human dollar. I got to find it. I'll find it.
Oh yes, I want to see that. So
Yeah,
B also knows Alex Gray, which I knew also. And a good friend of mine used to do all his events, Eli. So it's been like, it was weird because me and B met in bumfuck nowhere, Sebring, and we winded up you as a third degree of separation, Cheech, Alex Gray. Like, it was just really amazing.
Crazy.
All
very cool. All very cool.
All right, so I guess we need to fit this in for a few minutes, and then we can get back to some other rambling.
Sure.
Toward the end. So we're doing the eights this week, specifically the 8 of Cups. And Mr., do you have the 8 of Cups JPEG by any chance of the reading?
The book. Let me see. Hold on.
Booklet.
Let me see. I do have them. So hold on. 8 of Cups. That is not the booklet. The booklet ones are not labeled by their.
Oh, I should have done that. I kind of know where they are.
That's all right. No, I did it with all of the visual ones because they weren't. I had to label them just as I use them in the thumbnails. But hold on a second. I'm just looking here. My computer's spinning. Blah 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 blah.
Crazy image. Wow.
Yeah, it is an amazing image.
This is an intense card too. And what's really curious about this, and I'm kind of looking forward to going back, we sort of started the voyage to this card back at the 4 of Cups, and we'll sort of review that in a second. And it's, the 4 and 8, the whole doubling that part of it. Okay, so have you found the booklet page?
I am still looking. Wizard booklet JPEGs. All right, I found them, but now I just got to find the 8. There's the 8 of Wands.
Yeah.
There's the Eight of Cups. Yes, there it is.
Okay, there we go.
Boom, found it.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and read this one.
All right, here we go. The Eight of Cups, abandonment. In this case, it's you that's packing up and leaving behind outmoded situations and people following your new agenda. Walking away can be difficult and painful, especially where an addiction has taken root. If the situation is broken, you've become addicted to the drama and routine, and after all, it's the devil, you know. You leave behind previous plans, weary and exhausted. You struggle to care. You need to bring a full load of courage to go sailing into the unknown. But you must remember, everything that's unknown is not bad. Sometimes there are miracles and beautiful treasures just waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely. You see that little symbol right before you go back to that one just for a second.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you see that symbol right there. Yeah, exactly. You know what that is?
I do not.
Okay, that's a symbol for the planet Saturn. And Saturn is the taskmaster of the solar system. So, you know, it's about holding you to task. And this card is really one of the most intense cards for how the other cards around it in the reading kind of affect its meaning. So there's a lot of different meanings to this, you know, but one of the main readings on this is that it's time, something has outlived its like purpose and it's time to walk away. So for a lot of readers, this card immediately talks about addiction, whether that's drug addiction or alcoholism or any cigarette smoking, anything that you're like so like adhered to, you know. And that's the thing that like sort of defines this is, you know, it sucks. You know, it's not right for you. You know, it's like awful for you. It's making you feel like shit physically, mentally, spiritually, but you like can't let go. And that like situation of being imprisoned almost is such a Saturn thing. And it won't let you go for a long time until you get the message, you know, and walk the hell away.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to walk away. It's easier.
You know, and this could relate to a career. It can relate, you know, I mean, we get so caught up in our identity being attached to what we do, you know, and how we earn a living and like all of those things that we do, but aren't really us,
right?
You know, but those wind up becoming the things that we pour energy into. And
yeah, I think, and that's where you've hit it on the head, I think, for me. And I think, you know, that too, you know, it's certainly like what I've put into my job and the importance I've put into it. And I love my job and it certainly is important, but just, you know, the whole idea of being addicted, not being able to leave because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to have a job and health insurance and all of these things, you know what I mean, in line. And if you don't, you know, that's a reflection of something, you know what I mean? But
well, yeah.
Well, then I failed that one.
Well, no, but I know better. The truth is that is not the truth. You know what I mean?
Well, that isn't the truth. And that like
right.
reflection is bullshit, man. That's somebody else's reflection.
I think it's just that, you know, it's a system that's been created that we grew up in, you know what I mean? And we need to just learn to live outside of, you know?
Yeah, so we need to have quality of life instead of just perceptions of what life should be like.
Exactly.
So this is kind of an interesting road. So we come off of the Three of Cups with this major celebration and everybody partying to the extreme. We get to the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups now is like the morning after, and it's the hangover going, what in the world did I do last night? And like, it's this whole like intensity and like, it can go down kind of a dark place that gets to the Five of Cups where Three of the Cups are spilled over. And like, there's this whole lost thing of what you thought things really were. And then the two, you know, you focus on the two that are still standing and you get to make your way to the Six. And the Six is this momentary respite where you look back on your life and remember all the really good things and all the really like loving thing. You know, the sixes get a bad rap, but the six is about beauty and love and like things that make you feel really, really, really good. So all of those things are like looking back. And once you have your fill of that, then you're moving on to the seven of cups, which is this whole, like all the stuff that you thought you really wanted is all laid out behind you, in front of you. But it's all like, they're all like phantoms. They're just illusions. There's nothing really there. Like as you reach out to grab one, it's like a mist or something. You can't really latch onto it. And it's this whole, like a lot of people connect that with really deep depressions, sometimes leading to life-ending actions. And it can really go down a very, 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 very dark place. But the next place after those illusions are, you get to the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups can be like the addiction to those illusions, to those hanging on to those things that you thought were there. You know, that can be a job, a career, that can be something that you're really attached to, a thing that you do, a habit, you know, that can be a relationship, you know. I mean, how many stories have you heard of people that are in relationships that suck? And they spend most of the time talking to their friends and their other family about how bad it sucks. Mm-hmm. But they don't, like, it's, the fear is too great, you know, and it's the devil, you know. It's exactly what was in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reading, you know? And it's easier to stay with that than to walk away, which is what this whole card is about. Yeah. Just walk the hell away.
Right.
Wow. You know, it's really curious yeah. Kind of walking away today, Frankie.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I totally understood it once you said it. I was like, that's the best choice. I'd do the same thing.
It really wasn't a choice, you know, if you're looking to make it be happy, you know, and everybody.
Yeah, and not only that, you need to have your own personal pace, you know, peace of mind, and not engage with the drama. You know what I mean? Letting it go and stuff like that. But you're going to be really missed.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to be the same. You know, I forgot to mention this before. If I can send you a picture of an email for this particular goddess gathering, we're trying to get donations for Hawk, who's like a daughter to me. I've known her since the tattoo industry, since I began. She just went through cancer and had her last bout of chemo. So she's just trying to financially get back on her feet. If I send you the picture with the QR code, would you be able to post it?
Well, on here?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll post it on the Facebook page, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, for sure.
Thank you.
Cool.
You know, like after all that gloom, the really good news is that next week it's the Nine of Cups. Woo-hoo! Because now that you're rid of all the debris that was holding you from keeping your real joy, you know, your real joy can have space to bloom and start to be really rich. And all of a sudden, it's this exciting moment where you see the sunshine break through the clouds of like, you know, and like the rays of light are happening, and you're like, wow, direction and goodness and completion. And then you're on to the Ten of Cups, which is complete emotional satisfaction. So, yeah.
I know. We're looking forward to getting to that one for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So the eight. Let's talk about the eights across the board. So the eight of wands really represents hearing something really quickly. Like if you're expecting news, the eight's gonna like be there to like give that to you really, really fast. You're not gonna have to wait for that. And it is about an energetic moment where it's like boom, it happens really fast. Okay, then we go to the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups represents, okay, let's stay with that for a minute. Because that's really
look at that. You're forgetting to look at the beautiful images. That's what part of the reason for this show.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I you know, listen.
You know, there's so many, they're like, you know, like totem poles in some ways, you know, like just layer upon layer upon layer.
Yeah. These images.
And I've never ceased to be amazed at how much my emotional content that I bring to looking at it changes what I see, you know, and what you focus on.
I love it.
That's the beauty of the whole art of card reading, right?
Yeah, look at that little horny guy at the bottom, man.
I have a quick question. Where can some of my fans from my Facebook go to buy one of your deck cards?
It's at wizardofod.com.
Yes. Oh, I have an overlay I can put up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
there you go.
QR
QVC code, QR code, whatever the something code.
Love it.
Yeah. There you go. And those work. We checked them on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally. Good call, Frankie. Because I always forget to put that up.
Yeah, definitely. So that way they know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Frankie.
I need to get one of those decks. Maybe I'll ask my daughter to buy me that for my birthday.
We'll figure that out for you, baby, for sure. You need both of them. You need the tarot deck and the angel deck. I talk about the tarot deck a lot, and that's what this show is about. But the angel deck works in tandem with it so unbelievably well. And the thing that's crazy is that the tarot deck gives me this vast storehouse of information and facts and knowledge, and like where the energy flow is going in the situation and other people who are involved in it. And the angel cards just look at you. And the first paragraph kind of like defines where you're at, your emotional state at the moment, where you're at, and what's happening with you. And then depending if that's fucked up, then the next paragraph gives you really tangible, here's what to do about that information. And if it's really good, then you get really tangible information on how to even propel that even farther. And the thing that freaks me out, and the reason Augie loves it so much, is like, you ask this question and you would be thinking that with 72 readings, you would run out of things that were appropriate. But like 8 years later, you'd ask a question, and pretty much most of the time now, the very first line of what the reading was like answers the question. And it's like, it's mind blowing. And he asked for me to bust out the angel cards. He doesn't ask me to bust out the tarot cards anymore. Get those angel cards out. Now let's see what they had to say. And it's been really well. I have a special connection to those because it's the first and only project I did with automatic writing, where I like talking to entities, but I don't like taking them inside me. And I did that with the angels and won a night for 72 nights in a row. And I let go, brought them in, and let them took my hand, and they wrote the readings.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Love that.
They're really kind of crazy. And when I read them, they're like somebody else talking to me.
That's awesome.
That connection must be so amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm looking at some of this, not to change the subject or whatever, but you were talking earlier about printing, doing some new printings. I don't know if you're planning on printing the cards, but any of your artwork, there are some, I don't know if you remember Bowen Bramwell, the artist I had on.
Yeah, Bo Bramwell. Yeah.
He's been doing some cool printing of his artwork that with like holographic like metallic stuff.
Nice.
That looks so good that your artwork would translate so well.
Are
you familiar with lenticular printing?
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm talking about.
And you know about that, Frankie?
No, I don't.
Okay, lenticular printing is where you have like 8 layers, right? And each layer has kind of like a different position for it, so that as you turn the card and see it from different angles, it moves and has this.
You could have 8 frames of an animation.
Yeah, so it's like a little GIF.
That's
a little GIF on a card in a way. And I've always wanted to do my cards.
Yeah, you should look into it. There's so many printing opportunities these days. It's just amazing.
On the numbers thing, you should charge $150 for a deck if you get one of those.
Yeah, there are a lot of options out there these days. It's getting pretty crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the 8 of Swords.
All righty, 8 of Swords. Boom. Yes. Beautiful.
This sword is pretty crazy because it is, it's a sword. It's the air element. So it's all about the mind. And like, this is all in your mind and your perspective and where you're at. And that's the key to this card, because this card represents kind of like you looking out through the swords, like a jail cell, and it feels like you're trapped and there's no way out. But the reality is you're only trapped because you're choosing to look through the swords instead of turning around to see that there's absolutely nothing behind you.
Yeah, we've heard this one. Yeah.
Right. So, the act of turning around, then like changing, and what that represents is changing your perspective.
Changing the perception.
And the hold that you have on your reality, having to be this certain way. And that's the thing that keeps you prisoner. And it's when you can step out of that, look over here and see that reality from a whole different perspective, that it becomes possible to move now. You weren't trapped. You have every option in the world open to you. Yeah.
Awesome.
I like that card.
Blow that one up a little bit if you don't mind. Yeah. That's Jupiter up there at the top, by the way. That's the planet, and keep going down. Yeah. Wow. Those were all Brandon's knives, by the way.
That looks really cool.
So awesome.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, let's go to the Eight of Pentacles.
Oh, yeah.
The Eight of Pentacles is a really, really, really great card, because like after you've done the whole like walk away, you're like, oh shit, what do I do now? And you can't really see a way out. And you go, oh, let me go do this. And you start a whole new thing. The Eight of Pentacles represents when you've like ditched the past, you've begun a whole new learning process, and you're in the apprentice mode. You're doing really, really well. You're gaining a lot of information. You're under the wing of somebody that really, it's not just you're taking a class online. You have a teacher who's mentoring you and showing you the ropes and guiding you through things. And it represents really gaining a lot of skill and expertise really, really quickly because of that. And also having somebody who's in the business, and your mentor is like, can open those doors for you. Not unlike Jesse Blaze and the comic book thing. Perfect example of that, Yeah. And this also represents that you're not, the Three of Pentacles is like you've been recognized for your work. People are paying you a premium dollar. Woohoo, you're at the top of your craft. This is after that has all collapsed. It's like gone by the wayside, and you're in this new zone, and you're really excelling, and the prospects look really amazing. You're not making a lot of money right now, but it's really joyous what you're doing. It's not laborious work at all. It's like a real passion play kind of scenario that you feel really lucky to be in. Yeah.
Dude, this image is insane. I'm seeing so many things in this image, but specifically, which I've never seen in the image, or at least I've never realized it, is I'm almost seeing like I can only call it like light language, right? Like so like this looks like a word, but it's not a word that I recognize, you know what I mean? And then this, obviously this reflection of it, and even I just see words in here, like almost like these weird symbols, hieroglyphics, or I don't even know how to explain.
Yes, exactly.
Like let's see how close
they all have that. Actually, some of them, as you really like,
this one is really this one.
All of a sudden, you're seeing words and letters.
Yep. And then I see right here, I see like almost like one of those Chinese tigers, like a Chinese.
Yes. Like to me, it looks like a dragon with the flame.
Yeah. But it's got that specific like Chinese style to it, right?
Yeah.
This one is a great card. I love this card a lot. This is beautiful.
Yeah. And again, going
also reminds Go ahead.
This one's already really good. There's the Eight of Pentacles is really, really good. But you're getting to go to the Nine of Pentacles next, which is like, woohoo, man, that's when you start to get paid for all the learning that you've done here. And that's actually started paying off, which is going to pay off huge once you get to the Ten of Pentacles, which is lasting, abiding abundance. Enough money to be able to pass on to people, to be able to be philanthropic.
Oh, I'm so glad we took this journey.
Yeah. Exactly. So what we're doing every week, Frankie, is we're going up each of the minor arcana, and as we get to whatever number it is about that, we focus on that card. But I go back through all of the other cards of that number and review how they all work again. So hopefully by the end of this, some of this will have rubbed off.
It's been great.
I love it.
We've got the Q for You podcast watching, or who are these guys I've been working with, Rob and Luke, in Oklahoma and Ohio. They do a podcast together. And he says that art is amazing, and some holographic on this would be amazing. And he says there's so much to unravel. It's almost like a person or a jail cell, then it looks like a face or a dragon. Yeah.
Awesome.
So he's new to your artwork. So welcome, Rob and Luke, and whoever's out there. We appreciate you coming and enjoying this for what it is.
That would really be great. Hey, listen, we got about 10 more minutes left. Would you mind going through some of the images in that PDF?
Sure. Yeah. Let's take a look at the PDF. No problem.
This is cool. These are all like, yeah, there we
go. This is the one we prepared for the art gallery thing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I believe that's a full page, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It's horizontal. Yes, exactly.
All right. So I think I go through this way. So tell us what this is all about. This is the show you were talking about.
Rock on through these. This is just kind of like the presentation, like about the artist and the light painting thing.
Right.
And here, these are the images that I submitted and will hopefully be in the show.
Right.
And this was kind of like starting off on the road, leaving my magic garden, getting ready to move to Sebring.
By the way, it's not hopefully, it's when you get the gig.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for that.
And what's so amazing is having kind of been a part of your life as this was happening, and as you were going through this, and as you were talking to me about where you were at, like, physically and mentally, and when you moved to Sebring and everything that happened, it's just amazing that this is what came out of that. It's like,
yeah, there we go.
So
I love that one.
So good.
That one's really cool.
When you discovered the labyrinth right near where you ended up.
Yeah.
Amazing. And this was the one of the festivals.
Yeah,
right?
go back to that first one for just a second. That one's really super simple, but that one happens to be one of my very favorite ones because for me, it sort of represents like the cycles of life. It talks about the circle that goes around, and the little sphere that's at the top is kind of like your awareness, and the wheel itself and those grooves that it's in are kind of like the.
So you know what I see? I don't know if you see this, but this right here, this part of it, to me that looks like it's like a hand, like it's cradling the thing in a hand.
Yeah.
Like the whole disc is being cradled in a hand.
That's a particular favorite of mine.
Yeah, that looks great. Beautiful. So beautiful.
All this whole wheel series, I just really, really like a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Little tubes that I spin on my chair.
We've got to film you actually producing one of these.
Yeah.
Well, we are totally getting ready to do the light painting podcast, and during that, we'll definitely be doing something.
Nice.
And I already have some of those. I've got like a light painting YouTube page already that has about 8.
Some of the older ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this, to me, I didn't even realize that's what this was. I thought this was like a tilt-a-whirl, kind of like a ride at a carnival. Like, I didn't even realize this was done in your backyard. I thought this was from a festival that you had gone to.
No, this is something that I totally constructed. And
amazing.
Yeah, little tiny brushes, little tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Amazing.
love that. Every one of those levels, go back to that one. Yeah, every one of those levels looks like a glass to me, like
blown glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like almost like a HUD, like a holographic HUD. Yeah. Heads up display. Yeah, these are amazing as always.
Yeah.
So these are the images that are going to be. How large are these going to be?
There's going to be a mix of sizes, but most of them will be like 20 by 30.
Awesome. I love that when you produce an image and you're just like, oh, this would look so nice. Like,
yeah, look at that.
60 by 60.
Right.
It's like,
bigger the better.
Well, we'll do a few of them that big.
Yeah. This one's amazing. I love this.
Yeah. My whole gig is like we swim in this like sea, this ocean of waves and energy and all this stuff that's always moving, and that's what I'm really digging about the whole light painting thing. Is like more closely than I've been able to get with anything else simulate what I get to see. That's it's really great to be able to share that,
Yeah, I'm missing these comments, so I don't know where they go through. Light wings are now awesome. These three together make me think of a watch in the internal piece. So
yeah,
that's the round
absolutely.
One. Yeah. And then he says that one. So let's keep going because there's so many other great ones.
All of my stuff are it's all like recycled stuff. Like all of my cubes I made myself. Fiona I found on the trash bin, as she said.
Fiona is amazing, and what I love about this one is also like you're kind of using some similar techniques to Jan. You know what I mean, as far as like tracing figure and stuff like that, which is. Oh my God, this is just, look at the image. It's crazy. Like, what is going on here? This is amazing.
Like these hands that are holding her up.
Yeah. This is awesome. These are phenomenal. This one's like a Buddha.
I love the colors on that one.
Yeah. And the three-dimensionality of it too. It's like, it looks like a three-dimensional object.
Yeah, Fiona doing magic.
Awesome.
It's all about the spin.
It's all about it. Look at it. Oh my God. I mean, look at this. I love just this subtle light right here, right? Just kind of coming out on arms and around the silhouette. Amazing. So good. Yeah. You know what?
Wow.
I just saw, just for a minute, my head flashed the MCP from the movie Tron. You know what I'm talking about? The big head. It's like, oh my God, that's so great.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Yeah. That's what this reminded me of, right? And how prophetic was that movie?
Right.
Yes.
Look at this. Oh my God, look at the colors on this one. Holy moly. Wow.
Yeah, the mind in the mind.
These are so beautiful, Brian.
Ooh.
Wow. Well, there's this. It says 25 out of 69 up at the top.
Oh, yeah, be done. You can be done. We're done.
These are I don't want to be done. These are just amazing. This is.
I know you.
Go ahead. What are you saying, Frankie?
I was like, you just get so gravitated to each picture that you gotta you're mesmerized.
You want to see them all. What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one?
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, no,
it's
amazing artwork. I know Janice would love this one. She's always finding the hearts, and there's a nice little heart right here in the center of this one. I can see that. Beautiful stuff. So when is the show? Tell us about the show as I'm flipping through the images.
It'll be fall of next year, 2024.
Maybe sooner. Somebody might drop out.
From your lips.
Yep, it'll happen. On a side note, did you guys
hang on 1 second. Can you go back to that one for just a second?
Which one? This one?
Check out at the very top, of course, the eye in the center, but the two swans on either side of that.
This is amazing. Wow. I mean, it's like You could literally like probably do a whole lecture on each image, like an hour.
That looks like a
Yes.
Hutama image, and I sent those to him, and he's like, "Wow, that's crazy."
I love that.
And that's what's so cool. You know what's so cool, Brian? This light painting podcast that you're going to be doing is like, you're saying, "Oh, I'm so excited because I'll be able to talk to my heroes," but it's not. You're not going to be talking to heroes. You will be standing amongst your heroes. You are.
Yes.
You are literally, that ilk.
Part of those hero crew.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, seriously. Listen, take it, buddy. Take it. You certainly you certainly deserve it. I mean, it's really, again, part of why I do the show and put up with your nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look. I mean, come on.
This is a great series.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you even getting pumped up. These are it's just
I like that.
Holy moly.
These are all done with a black fiber optics brush.
This right here there's no doubt that an interdimensional shaman is coming through a portal right now with these feathers on his shoulders, and he's just like he's coming through. Like he's
and look at the dragons, like at the top, at the side of the dragon head.
Yeah. Wow. We got some more comments here. I'm missing the comments. Makes me think of the true image of an angel, the eye and the feather images, and then this one.
So correct. That's yes. Thank you.
Everyone sees something different in every image, and also Rob or Luke. I'm imagining it's Rob. It's also dependent on the energy that you're sitting in when you are looking at the image.
Content.
That's what's amazing. That's the quantum link. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. And is that one flipped or no? That doesn't.
That one is not flipped. No.
Wow. Look at the. Wow, dude, the amazing symmetry you've got in the wings, and then
that one was pretty close.
The figure is just kind of like beaten, kind of depressed, or like just like, oh, I love this. Amazing. Wow. We're at 41 out of 60. We might as well go all the way through. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Look at these. Holy F. I could say it. Holy fuck. These are just amazing. Yeah, man. I can only see, like, as more and more people see these, just you've only got one way to go. You know what I mean? And that is just more and more people appreciating this, because how many people, I can't imagine anyone like not connecting to this. You know what I mean? Like everyone's
exactly
connected on some level,
And like you said, when he has the large prints or the large canvases done, I think it's going to be so impactful.
Yeah.
What I would love to see is, how they're doing those Dali live art Monets that they're doing, those shows, doing B's gallery exhibit like that, like
that's actually that's a great what's the word I'm looking for, segue into what I was just thinking as I'm looking at this image is, and I'm doing this too with the human dollars, is the ability to create this in a live environment, like actually set up your camera, have the lights there. I do it with the projector, and then even take it to the next level is you could have a printer there, and you can walk away with a print of an image like this of yourself. Yeah. Like that's just phenomenal. That's just so cool. I love it. Well, congratulations to both of you guys for finding each other and being able to collaborate on this. And it's just amazing stuff. A whole other interdimensional prism series right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Is that our puzzle in the background? No.
Is that a what?
Our graveyard.
Yes, there is some of that back there.
The graveyard puzzle. Yeah. Nice.
Selfie.
Nice. Selfie. Yeah, it's just a selfie. of me in another dimension.
Right.
Awesome. All right, we've got 9 more to go. Let's count them down.
Okay, go fast.
8 more. Look at this. Oh, so phenomenal.
I love this one. The cat got
the colors on this too, like, just some of the ones that are like kind of, I don't want to say monochromatic, but they like have a very,
a tonality. Yeah.
Yeah, tonality to them. Yeah, just amazing.
Oh, I love that one.
The all-seeing eye.
The all-seeing eye. Phenomenal. Wow.
That's Kelly. That's Kelly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, up at the Earth Fest festival.
You got to start showing it to like some EDM artists, get some commissions for like CD artwork. Phenomenal.
You need a bio for each one.
All right, last one, number 69. Look at that, beautiful. It's also like I just got struck with this similarity. It reminded me of Oxen Moxen. I don't know if you know what that is, from Grateful Dead. It's like it reminds me of like a Grateful Dead image, but just like in the 23rd century, you know what I mean? Like taken from like a simple illustration to like this interdimensional representation of it. Like a really, I mean, wow, it's just amazing. Phenomenal.
Well, another one bites the dust. Hey, Q for You podcast. Thank you so much for showing up and
he's actually asking. You know what? I'll talk to you about it. He's asking if he could use it as an image. So maybe you got a commission happening, or we'll talk.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Rob, thank you so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad you found something that you enjoyed, because I always enjoy it. I love the intention of this show and all of the stuff that we do, Brian. So thank you so much. And I can't even believe we
and Billy and Celestial and the Found.
Everybody for being here. Frankie, thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank you for having me.
Out with us,
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you too. And so I'm going to California Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, but I guess that won't affect us. I'll be back here next Monday. And and we'll be back to
it'll be the 9 of Cups. It'll be way better. So there we go.
The 9 of Cups. Absolutely. All right, Celestial. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Adios.
Bye.
Happy